With us now, the publisher of Politics magazine, Jordan Lieberman, to look at this from the outside in. Jordan, thank you.
Good to be with you.
Senator Reid, did he just make some progress? It looks like he did.
Well, he did, but he did so by being extraordinarily vague. And don't forget, this is just passing the Senate if things go well for him, and then it's got to go to conference committee, where the House version does have the public option and the Stupak amendment for that matter, and it's got to be worked out behind closed doors.
What do you think of just as an observer of politics, the politicking he has used to get this done?
You know, say what you want about Harry Reid, but his handling of this has been masterful. He's been able to essentially keep liberals happy, keep moderates inside the room, and cut conservatives out of the entire process. He's done pretty much everything he needs to do to get this through the Senate. Now, of course, that once you get through the Senate, it's a whole new ballgame once you get to conference committee. But he's so far done an extraordinarily good job.
I want to talk about where those three groups are with what Harry Reid has on the table right now. The liberal wing of the Democratic Party, obviously they want a single-payer system, but that's not going to happen. How are they with where we are now?
Well, they get to go home and say, well, Harry Reid has expanded Medicare for us to people 55 years and older. And although we don't have a public option, the government will ensure that the private options remain open and fair. So they get to go home and say, we couldn't get everything, but we got what we absolutely need, and that's, you know, the government's going to oversee what the private sector will do.
And then there's moderates. Some of the moderates are they're in areas where their constituency is such that they can't really do much. I'm thinking Mary Landrieu down in Louisiana, and there are a few more.
Mary Landrieu is a great example. Also, Senator Nelson, where he got to say, for example, that he fought to have the Senate version of the Stupak amendment, the Hatch-Nelson amendment. And Mary Landrieu can say that she's fought to bring more money, of course, home to Louisiana hospitals through Medicare reimbursements. All these little things, and that's where the mastery comes in from the Harry Reid side. He's been able to kind of keep the moderate wing together through all these little issues.
It felt like for a long time the Republicans really had the upper hand in this thing because enough moderates were over with them where they couldn't get anything done. Is that still the case, and where are Republicans here?
The Republicans are essentially in the wilderness. They're doing a great job. Lamar Alexander, for example, is extraordinarily vocal and well-spoken on this issue. But the fact is, they are not in the room. Yeah, I mean, they're not negotiating. This is really the conservative part of the Republican Party, particularly, has really no role in this negotiation whatsoever.
They brought up something that they wanted to be considered, but obviously they don't have the numbers.
Yeah, they don't have the votes right now, and obviously that could change after next year. But you're playing for all the marbles right now, and the Republicans are in the minority, and you reap what you sow. And right now, Republicans really, as a result of doing so poorly last time, don't have much role in the negotiations.
No, they don't. Jordan Lieberman, Politics magazine. Thank you, sir. Always good to see you.
Thank you. You too.